What if you could take that risk, make that change, reach that goal, live your best life? Welcome to another episode of the What If You Could podcast, where we get together with amazing experts and everyday people who share challenges, encourage healing, and explore the possibilities that life has to offer. I'm your host, Gary Scott, and I'm excited that you're along for the ride. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the What If You Could podcast. And my fit and fabulous friend who's going to join us today and help us get fit, happy, and healthy is Angela Beyer. Hello, Angela. How are you?
Oh, very good. And how are you?
I am sensational. I'm going to get in after this episode. I'm going to be so pumped up. I'm gonna get out there. I might lift weights while we're on the while we're in this. I might just pump out a couple steps. So thank you for joining me. I'm just gonna read your bio, and then we'll get cooking. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Awesome. All right, everybody. About Coach Angela. Angela Beyer is a renowned trainer, online coach, and professional health coach. Has been an extraordinary journey that led her to become a personal trainer, a health coach specializing in helping women build muscle and achieve a healthy lifestyle. From a young age, Angela had a keen interest in sports, resulting in a low body fat and excellent muscle quality. However, as hormones knocked her into college, she took over and faced challenges. After experiencing trial and error, developing an eating disorder, and encouraging major health issues, Angela made the decision to pursue a degree in nutrition. Combining her knowledge and unwavering determination to take her body to the next level, Angela dedicated herself to daily gym sessions. With consistent effort, she transformed her physique and ventured into her first bodybuilding competition. That's awesome. Instantly falling in love with the sport, Angela believes that bodybuilding is akin to art, where one's body becomes the canvas. Angela's achievements span a wide range from successful bodybuilding competitions to winning titles such as Miss Florida, Miss USA, Miss Universe. She has also delved into celebrity training and authored a health and fitness book. Furthermore, Angela founded House of Shape, offering women the guidance they need to attain their fitness goals. Angela has garnered recognition for her accomplishments, and her work has been featured in prestigious publications such as All Star Magazine Germany, Flex Magazine, Florida Sun Magazine, Global Trade Magazine, and Naples Daily News. Today, Angela works with CEOs, entrepreneurs, high level executives, top class athletes, and clients worldwide, empowering them to rapidly increase their energy levels, transform their bodies, and enhance their mental clarity. Now launching an all included health, body, fat loss course online. She also specializes in preparing brides for their wedding day, huge issue, and women for their tummy tuck surgery. So, Angela, that's a lot. We got a lot to cover there. And again, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, kiddo.
Thank
So,
you for
real
having me.
quick, I know I spoke a lot there. It's a great bio introduction, but I am contractually obligated by myself to ask my guests my what if you could question with a what if you could podcast. So I wonder, do you have a what if you could that you had one day, or what if you could you'd like now, or what's Angela's what if you could?
Oh my gosh, I have a lot of what if I could, but to be honest with you, this is like almost like a daily question. What if I could have more time? Um, it's a funny thing because I always think I'm not having enough time to either take care of more clients or take care of my own health or do certain things what I would like to do. And my days are very tight. And I always like want to reach more people, want to help more people. And I always feel like I'm not having enough time. So yeah, what if I could have more time?
Yeah. That's kind of one of the only things we can control is our time in one sense, but on the other hand, there's only 24 hours, no matter who you are, what you are. You could be Elon Musk and you can't buy any more time, right? I mean, so you just have to make the best of it. I'd imagine now that you're able to do online training and online coaching and online consultation, that's probably giving you a little more time to deal with more people, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but I'm changing because I see that there is more potential. Yeah, I can help more people.
Yeah. When you're doing your training, do you have a studio? It's the studio that you mentioned in your bio. Is that like an on-site gym that you're talking about?
Well, back in the days when I worked out, I was actually, oh my gosh, yeah, at the Gold's Gym in town. But now,
Love
as
the
you
goats.
can see in the background, that's my living room and that's my gym. I literally roll out of bed and work out there. Um, and to be honest with you, like clients in town, I actually go to their homes and I train them at their home. Some want to meet at a gym, and some I literally train online, and I see them in their basically pajama in the morning doing their workout in their bedroom. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I'm a kind of a weird guy. I mean, I've had a gym. I still have weights that I bought from a family friend when I was like 10 years old. I still have those dumbbells.
Wow.
Um, and I've just carried them around my whole life, and I'm 62 now, but I have a gym outside. And we live in the
Mhm.
desert where it gets to 100 and 110, or it can get cold in the winter, but I just have to work out outside. I have challenges going into a gym, but it's something about the outside fresh air, the energy and stuff like that just
Oh my
works for
gosh.
me. So
Yes.
yeah, you would come to my house. You'd come to my house and we'd work out in my gym and
Yep.
you'd get me pumped up and do that stuff. So
Sure.
are, are you incorporating, it sounds like you're starting to incorporate nutrition also
Oh
with
my
your
gosh.
exercise programs?
Um, oh my gosh, huge. See, you can't out exercise a bad diet.
Yeah.
So it's so interesting. I mean, you wouldn't believe the stuff I saw when I worked at a corporate gym. Like I saw literally mostly women actually going on the elliptical, and I watched them. They came in daily and were not consistent on the elliptical. I'm like, well, what is you training? Like, what do you do? And they literally answered me, oh my gosh, I want to eat this protein bar and it has 374 calories. So I have to burn 374 calories on the elliptical so I can have it. And I'm like, wow, that's much. But yeah, no, it doesn't work that way, of course. But let's put it that way. Whatever you eat is going to be the future you. So always be aware of what you're going to eat or put in your mouth. I want to build the best, and I want to perform the best. So I can only eat real food, organic, which is the best. If I eat garbage, highly processed crap, well, guess what's the result? I mean, your body is going to build out of this something, and it's not going to be good. And that's why I emphasize the nutrition a lot. And this is another thing, talking about time. I see my clients a very short time during the week. We have the consultation or we have the workout, but what are they going to do for the rest of the time? And I
When
can't.
Angela's not looking over their shoulder, right?
Right. Well, I sometimes I have some clients I actually need to text like at least a little reminder like, hey, how is it going and how's the diet? And just to be at least on their mind to make smart choices. But yeah, we are laughing about it, but it's super serious. Like the closeness and to actually having the trust and working with a client is fantastic. And then I actually see the changes, the results, and the improvements. And there is a lot of work sometimes what needs to be done to build this foundation. And then we go from there. But yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. What do you think's harder? Is it is it harder to get someone's mind wrapped around trying to eat a little healthier, right? I mean, you can't take them from, Big Mac fries and a Coke immediately to actual live healthy food. But I mean, is it harder to get people to be willing to change their diet, or is it harder to get people to stick to an exercise program?
Oh my gosh, wonderful question. Um, there is no difference because what we need to do is we have to create habits.
Hmm.
Everybody is motivated at the beginning. And oh my gosh, I see this at of course, New Year's resolutions, January 1st, gym is packed. We are all excited. And then in February, it fizzles out. In March, nobody's there. So the motivation doesn't last long because we are not creating healthy habits. And what I do, and if it comes to nutrition or exercise, it doesn't really matter. I create habit stacks or routines, what my clients do, and then it becomes an automaticity. So they know, for example, whatever they want to work out in the morning. Yeah, have your gym clothes ready. And when you wake up, you look at your gym clothes, so you grab it and you work out. And this is how we start. Same thing. If you wake up in the morning and you go to your kitchen, have whatever your breakfast bowl out and this. So you know exactly what your breakfast is going to be, or the same thing for dinner. Usually in the morning, to be honest with you, when we wake up, we haven't made a lot of decisions yet. So our willpower is really strong in the morning. I can promise you, the morning, the breakfast, everybody can stick to that one. Now, during the day, we are in traffic, we answering text messages, emails, we are in meetings, we are at work, we take care of the family, we do all kinds of things, and we get basically depleted from our willpower. So we come home, we are really hungry, and we haven't prepared a thing. Guess what happens? No matter what's going on, you have those goals, what you want to lose, body fat, how strong you want to get, yada, yada, yada. You open the fridge, you have no willpower left, and you're going to eat whatever you see first in the refrigerator. It is what it is. So I always create, again, the habit stack to prepare for dinner, and you have it already ready so you don't have to make a decision because the willpower is gone and it won't be a good decision. So I make it very easy and simple for my clients.
I love that. I love that. You know, and it's so funny when you've got the hangries. Oh yeah, you don't care. It's like, look, dude, I'm gonna hurt somebody. I'm just gonna eat. I don't care what it is. And you have to be purposeful about your eating. I mean, you have to set up snack time. I mean, you have to have some healthy snacks on hand so you don't get to that point, right, where you're just ravishingly hungry, and then you lose all control of that, right?
Correct.
There's got to be a way that you keep snacking and keeping yourself from hitting that danger zone.
Absolutely. And it's not that difficult. It's a funny thing, but it's in the preparation and again, time. I talk about preparation and I can see my clients rolling their eyes and oh my gosh, more time spending in the kitchen and yada yada yada. But during the week when you have everything prepped, you have more time available, more freedom, and you know exactly what you're going to do. So it gives you a peace of mind and you're not getting surprised by hunger or anything else because you know this is ready and this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, I mean it can be as simple as when you make dinner the night before, which you should be cooking more than going out, right? But you make dinner the night before, you make enough for lunch the next day, or enough to take to work or something like that. You can eat the same meal for lunch that you had for dinner. That's not against the law, and we do that all the time. It's like we make enough. It's like awesome, we've got lunch for tomorrow. So when you go to people's homes, do you to help them exercise? Do you dare go into their kitchen and just start throwing shit out? Go through their cupboards and go, look, dude, no, 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 yes, no.
Okay, very good question. So, if I have clients who want me to do that, I will do it.
They
Um,
have to be prepared for the consequences, though.
correct. Like, this is the thing too, and I'm very straightforward, and it, I I make it simple and easy to create a good diet, but there is not a lot of negotiation, so to speak. Um, it's very simple. It has to be real food. And unfortunately, here we get overwhelmed with just artificial, highly processed, I don't even know what it is,
It
stuff.
isn't. It isn't anything. That's the.
Um,
It's a bag full of chemicals and food colorings. It's not even a
yeah,
thing. I mean, it hasn't seen live. It hasn't been alive maybe ever, right? Some of the stuff that we eat.
that's so true. And this is where you have to build the bridge and make the understanding that this is not food. Of course, we consume it, but it's not nourishing, it's not helping you. And food should always be fuel, it should be something what makes your body run better. And it shouldn't drag you down and make you more inflamed and makes you react to it. And, we don't want to fight it. This should be the source of your building blocks, of your energy. I mean, there's so much to talk about this. Like, oh my gosh, we're missing the point by just running after artificial, highly processed food. That's not food in my world. So,
Yeah, and like you said though, when we get to that hangry stage where we haven't set ourselves up throughout the day eating properly so that we're not famished when we get home and just we'll rip anything open, right? I mean, it
right.
starts with that mindset of I'm going to eat purposefully instead of
Yeah,
just eat randomly, you know.
absolutely. And the funny thing is, the more you eat healthy, and the higher the protein intake is, the more fiber you have, the more phytonutrients you have. Like if you pick the good foods, those hungry, uncontrollable states go away. It just leaves. Like it's not in your life anymore. And you actually have your food, you enjoy it, and you move on to other things. And your brain actually thinks about other things. Very interestingly, if I have clients who are addicted to sugar and flour and all those highly processed foods, their mind, it's so bizarre or interesting, is occupied with food and where to find the next thing, and that it's an enemy, that they can't have it. Like they're consumed with it. It's amazing to me because, oh my gosh, how much good energy gets lost just by always being occupied by food thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, and
that's
the crazy thing is they could be overweight, right? And they can be eating a lot of food and calories, yet still be starving. I mean,
correct.
their body is starving of actual nutrition. They're
Yes.
just getting all these empty calories and like lots of them to fill that void.
Oh,
And you see it, when people start, going from a 5 pound weight to a 6 pound weight to a 7 pound weight, they start feeling better mentally and physically. And the same thing with food, as they start changing their diet, they don't even want that crap anymore. They crave the good stuff after they pass that barrier. I mean, if you find that,
absolutely. It's almost like a detoxification.
yeah.
Yes. And the system runs so much better. And now, again, when you feed the body the right nutrients, the right amounts, and you work out in the right amount as well and challenge the muscle, you get, oh my gosh, a much, much faster and better result. And what I think a lot of people, and especially women, don't understand is that the muscle is the organ of longevity. We are so focused on being skinny fat, literally just skinny, and we don't understand the importance of actually gaining weight. And I'm talking about healthy muscle tissue, not only to look better and having a certain shape, but um, bone and muscle are like a married couple, they go together. So if you have strong muscle, you build strong bone. They need to hold the muscle. Every system in your body, the muscle communicates with the system, with your metabolism, endocrine system, brain function. I mean, you name it, the muscle is involved in it. if we don't focus on healthy muscle tissue as we get older, we lose muscle every decade, and it's called sarcopenia, loss of muscle. And when you get to a certain point, all the other things start to crumble as well. So interestingly, in the United States, we are so focused on the lifespan, how long we are going to live. I'm focused on the health span. I want to match up the lifespan and the health span of my clients. So they're active, they can do what they want when they're older, they're independent, and then they are out. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we want to match this. And interestingly, the lifespan right now in the United States for men, the average is 78, and the health span, how long a person is healthy, is 63. There's
Wow.
a huge gap.
That's no shocker at all. I mean, you see it in people, like you said. I mean, why live to be 90 if you're sick, for 20 years? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And people, they completely miss the boat on muscle. I
Yeah,
think a lot of people do. And you hear women say, "Well, I don't want to bulk up. I don't want to look manly." It's like, dude, are you kidding? I mean, like Angela, like you said, I mean, the body's a canvas, and
yeah,
having a fit body instead of like you said, a skinny, unhealthy body,
yeah,
um, that's not going to get you the longevity that you want, right?
absolutely not. And the other thing too, I mean, just because women are not small men. We have a complete
Well,
different.
it depends who you ask.
Okay.
Stay away from that one.
Just saying our hormonal environment is completely different than men. So our response to weight training is different too, or how fast our muscles grow. And boy, you gotta lift a lot of weight to put on muscle. You know what I'm saying? So women who are scared of being bulky when they look at the 5 pound dumbbells, yeah, don't worry, nothing will happen.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Now I know you've been doing this a long time,
Yeah.
and you've done the competitions and stuff. You touched on you had some challenges earlier, um,
Yeah.
with maybe little body dysmorphia or stuff like that. You went from one phase to another, and that kind of brought you in here. Um, you see a lot of that now. I mean, do you see, or it just seems like people are getting bigger. I don't think we see a lot of going the other way anymore. What do you think when you're out there?
Very interesting. So, yes and no. It's an eating disorder is basically the same if you're too skinny or if you're overweight.
Mm,
There
mhm.
is an eating disorder. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter what way it goes. Now, I gained a lot of weight and then I mean, to be honest with you, every crazy diet I found in magazines or whatever, like a 3-day cabbage soup, or I mean, whatever was out there, I'll tried it. And what I did though was starting reduce caloric intake, and then I started exercising, and then it got just it it happened very slowly and gradually. It was not overnight that I just stopped eating or anything. It was like, oh, let's have like a protein bar and a piece of fruit. Ah, the piece of fruit is too much, just a protein bar. Ah, just have a half a protein bar. Ah, the protein bar is just too processed. Don't have any protein bar. Just don't have breakfast. So, like this is how it started. And I ended up not eating and totally over exercising. And I remember I went on a bike ride, and in Germany, like in Bavaria, we have not mountains, but it's hilly. And I remember we should have gone up that little hill, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. And I started, and I felt nose bleeding, and I'm like, something's not right. And I kept going. and then I passed out and I woke up in the hospital.
Oof.
And that was like the first time where they're actually addressing that I was underweight and that I have no muscle left. And I mean, literally, my joints were actually bigger than like
Ooh.
my arm or leg. You know what I'm saying? Like I had bigger
Yeah.
knees than my quads. And I still felt I'm not there yet. I still need
Mm,
to lose
yeah.
weight. And I was size 0. And I'm still like, oh my gosh, I can't eat this. I can't. You get kind of like trapped into this, not in same thing like with being overweight. You're like, oh my gosh, where is this? Where I can go and get my next cake, and I want ice cream, and I have to have this and this. And it's the same thing with just not eating, you know. I think there's not much difference, so to speak. What happened to me though, I decided to go back to school and get my nutrition degree. I wanted to understand how this factory of chemistry and yeah, all kinds of digestive and yeah, reactions. What does it do? What do I need to eat? What is required so the body can function properly and I stay in the right weight? And so I got a nutrition degree in Germany just for myself. I never yeah, had basically clients for nutrition in Germany, but what I did was I started working out. I did bodybuilding. Literally, I wanted to put on muscle because I lost it all. And I was focused on my diet and I started writing down and journaling everything I ate. And I started measuring myself and taking pictures and studied what's happening. And that's how I learned a lot. And I also know how you feel. I understood what it means. Oh, this was the right portion, or this was not enough, or this was too much. I understood, okay, I'm gaining too much body fat, or, oh, I'm not nourishing my body enough protein. I'm too sore. You know, little things. It sounds so little, but when you understand the journey, you can tweak it so much better. And that's also with clients. I have very open conversations with my clients, and I know basically what to ask because I've been there. And that makes a huge difference. And I see sometimes clients don't even have to tell me because I see what I see. And I'm very good at scanning bodies. I do this all day, and I've always done that, and I like it. And that's why I always say it's a form of art. I like to sculpt bodies because I can literally, by creating a certain workout plan and diet, change your body. I mean, of course, like I can't change your hip because the bones are the bones, but I can work on your waist. I can work on your shoulders. I can create this hourglass shape if you want that, or just by training the muscle. Like there is a fun factor to it. Like there is some art. Yeah, for sure.
And I like that you said that about the hips and stuff because you're not trying to make people all look the same.
No,
It's not like I'm going to make you look like this and I'm going to make all my clients look like this. It's like this is your body type when it's healthy. And I just want to get you healthy, right?
yeah,
And then we can tighten it up a little bit, tone it up a little bit like that. But we want to get you to a healthy weight, whether you had to lose weight or whether you had to gain weight, right?
correct.
And I think people miss the boat on protein. I think
Yeah,
people don't understand how much protein we really should be, clean proteins we should be taking in that the body needs to function well.
right.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that too with
Mhm.
that. But your story's awesome because there's a lot of young ladies out there still at 70 pounds going, I just need to lose a little more weight. It's a really vicious disease.
Oh my gosh, yes. And it's interesting. I think when something like this is going on, eating too much or eating not enough, it's important to have community or support. don't do it alone and don't be alone. The more you speak about it, the more you let it out and actually, um, how can I say it? Like, don't hold it back and let it just like have power over your life. Talk about it, let it out, and let other people be your supporter or your guide or your coach and take the help. And it's just so interesting. A lot of women have a hard time asking for help. It's very interesting.
Well, women are normal, natural givers, right? I mean, they're providers and they're givers. And first off, they can give birth, and and then continues from there. And it is hard for women to ask for help, but it also takes, like you said, it takes other people. It takes family members and friends to be honest with people and say, hey, whether you want to hear this or not, we've got to have a chat because I'm worried about you,
Mhm.
and you may not see it, or maybe you do see it, but we can see there's some patterns here and we're worried about you. And I don't think that conversation should be out of the question, right? I mean, I think we need to have those conversations.
What I do with clients who really struggle, I ask them if we can invite the partner or, yeah, family member or the best friend to the conversation so they understand how much support they have to give and understand how they can help. And that's super important. I mean, it's interesting because if I have a woman who has two little kids and a husband, and she cooks for everybody different, and then she has to eat her own meal, I'm like, okay, we are going crazy here, Like I can see the obstacles, and yeah, we make it work for sure. And again, open communication, super important, and then I can address it and help and guide you in the right direction. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah. And it's tough because our world isn't really it isn't a healthy place, and it's not conducive to being healthy. You
Oh,
really have to make an effort at it. I mean, just you know, I hate that argument that you hear from people say, well, it's too expensive to eat healthy. So I eat junk food because it's cheaper. And I go, no, 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 dude, I could make a rotisserie chicken last a week. Are you kidding me? I mean, I can take some vegetables and I could repurpose that chicken 100 different ways. It's just,
oh
it takes time and it takes effort. And like you said, at the very beginning, you just have to make the time for your health. And if you don't want to make time for your health, what on earth are you going to make time for, right?
my gosh. Yeah, well spoken. And you can't ignore it. I mean, it's so funny when people talk about wealth, they usually talk about money. And of course, don't get me wrong, that's a pillar two of wealth.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but there is the body wealth, like physically healthy. There is the community, the social health, like the mind health, soul health. Like there are different pillars of wealth we want to achieve, and one is the body. And yeah, if you worked hard all your life and you are a billionaire and now you're in a wheelchair and need, I don't know, caretakers and I don't know, like what did you accomplish? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
there,
you literally cannot take it with you, folks. I'm sorry, but you just can't.
no,
Right.
no,
But you want like I tell my kids, dude, you guys better do okay because Dad's gonna spend every dime. I mean, I'm gonna spend every freaking last penny because I'm gonna enjoy my life. I want to be
you know,
snowboarding at 90. I want to be goofing around at
yeah,
95. I want to be chasing chicks at 100. I'm married, but still. At 100, my wife wouldn't care. I think she wouldn't. I'll be that cute old guy picking up on younger. But you know what I mean? You want to
yeah.
make, um, my wife and I are really active. We do a lot of different stuff. And when we go snowboarding and we bump into an 82-year-old dude who's still snowboarding or skiing, right? Or when we go scuba diving and there's a 90-year-old woman scuba diving, stuff like that, you just go, that's what we're talking about, right?
Of course. Now, see, I live in Florida and I train a lot of elderly clients. And today I actually trained my 92-year-old lady. And yeah, they are playing golf, they're playing tennis. I mean, they have their pets where they walk and they go to the beach. And yeah, very active lifestyle. Absolutely. They're
Yeah.
fit. Mhm.
You know, the other thing you mentioned about about diet that people kind of don't really think about. They get diet with their physical body, but really diet has so much impact on your mental, you
Mhm.
know, diet too.
Absolutely.
And whether you're getting on a statin and it's taking away your good cholesterol out of your brain which is a nightmare, or you're eating such garbage that you mentally are not as sharp. You have brain fog. You're not as happy. You have some mood swings. I mean, food has such a crucial role on your mental
Absolutely.
outlook too.
Absolutely. It all is connected and goes together. And again, I mean, what do you think is happening to your brain if you eat garbage? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good idea. And interestingly, it's the nutrition and it's sleep recovery. That's
Yeah.
another thing people don't do enough. And boy, your brain needs the recovery time, and it's huge. And yeah, I mean, I can only talk about it, but you got to experience it. And the other thing too with sleep, you cannot say, "Oh, I'm going to catch up the next night or something." It's every night counts. So having again um like an automation or a habit stack, this is my sleep time, and make sure it's always around the same time so your inner clocks work how they should work, and you are able to recover, and you're able to actually your brain can not only physically recover, so also clean up your memory bank. Oh my God, huge. The REM sleep, the deep sleep, yeah. And of
Yeah.
course, nutrition. So both are super important. Mhm.
That's my biggest Achilles heel is sleep. I mean, I've done everything right. I just am not a sleeper, and more and more studies come out about how just crucial, and my wife literally doesn't sleep. She dies. I mean, basically, you could just push her off the bed. You could drag her down the street. She will not wake up. It doesn't matter. I throw darts at. I just do stupid stuff. I plant stuff on her while she's sleeping. It's incredible. She'll live to be 500 years old, and I'm the opposite. I just can't sleep. Sleep is so crucial. It's
Yes,
such a
it
crucial
is.
thing. How do you have any thoughts on how people, besides putting away their phone, not having caffeine, I mean, stuff like that? I mean, how do we get sleep?
It's a okay. Uh, Different things. It has to do sometimes with the temperature of the room,
Mm,
how dark the room is, um, actually how you sleep mattresses could be too soft, could be too hard. I mean, there's so many different things, how active you are during the day. Again, like you said, do you expose yourself to blue light at night or in the evening? You know, it makes you awake. Like there's so many different things. It's interesting, like I literally have at night like an orange kind of light. So I don't have any blue light. It's actually looks like a sunset, but it just keeps me calm and prepares me for the sleep. So I have no regular light exposure. It's funny, but that's what I do. And I tried it and it does help with me. And I mean, the other thing too, just FYI, I get up at 3 a.m. in the morning to do my own workout. Yes,
no, that's still nighttime.
I know. I know, but my first client is usually at 6 a.m. or 6:30. So I want to get my stuff done first so I can check the box. And I train my clients, then I have breakfast, and then my regular day starts. And so I wind down usually around 8 p.m. And then around 9 p.m. I go to bed. But I have like no any electronics on. I enjoy the sunset or go to the beach, or like I expose myself to nature, keep it calm and quiet. And I really prep myself. And I think um, a lot of my clients, what they deal with is their brain is literally running like in circles during the night. They go on and on and on thinking about stuff. And They can try meditations just to fall asleep. It's a funny thing because you're actually listening to something and you can't even remember that you did because the meditation puts you asleep. I don't like I need quiet but I'm the one, if I hit the pillow, I'm out in a minute. So yeah, and I'm out. I don't wake up. I sleep. It's very yeah,
It's
interesting.
a rare gift. My wife is like that. I've actually put a mirror under her nose when she's asleep, and there's not even condensation. I mean, she's actually dead. It's just the most amazing thing. She's
Oh,
just it's a miracle. I wish I could sleep like that, but I just can't do that.
wow.
It leads to, what else you just said is that, we most of us have such a sedentary lifestyle, right? We get up, we sit down and we eat whatever, then we get in our car and we drive to work, and we get to work and we sit down at work, and then we eat whatever at lunchtime, and then we get back in our car, we sit on the couch. I mean, we literally don't move anymore. Um,
Think
and then on
about
top of that, if we have a poor diet,
yeah.
you could see that just the odds of us really getting that long-term health you're talking about are pretty slim. You got to break that habit, right?
It's nuts. I mean, think about it. Our strongest muscles are below our belly button.
Hmm.
It's our legs. We are not mushrooms meant to sit around. We are meant to walk, move. So yeah, it is. I mean, I'm saying it in a funny way, but boy, is it important not to sit around all day. You can't. You change your hormones. The production is actually not working. Your melatonin, everything like the stress hormones, sympathetic nerve system, parasympathetic nerve system. It's all getting out of whack. And I know people got to go to work, but make it a point. Like every time you eat something, take a walk right after you ate. Very simple. Start with 10 minutes. I'm not asking for much, but just be more active and move around. And
Yeah.
sometimes,
I had a stand-up desk. I don't know how many. I mean, I had one built in my office,
mhm,
because I couldn't find one. And what I used to do is I'd stand up at my desk and put like blocks so I could put my laptop on. And then that just got stupid. So I just basically had them build me a stand-up desk in my office, and I stood up pretty much all day. I had headphones on. I'd wander around my office talking on the phone, and I just, it's as easy as that. And nowadays you could buy a stand-up desk that
yep.
goes back down. So if you get tired, you could lower it, and raise it back up, or just get a tall chair like I'm sitting on a tall chair right now at my stand-up desk. But it's little stuff like that, right? I mean, just little tiny incremental changes can make a huge difference.
Yes, and they add up. And you said it so well, little. Do the little things and do it daily, and boy, it makes an impact. Just park far away from the grocery store and walk the parking lot. Just a little example. My boy, it must make a difference. Use the stairs instead of the elevator. I mean, it's so funny because it's so ingrained in me that I forget about those things. I just do them and
Yeah.
doesn't even, yeah, I have like a walking treadmill under my desk. And I do a lot of things actually outside walking because then my brain actually gets going. If I have something to create, if I have to be creative, I go outside and walk and I just write it down and oh,
It's funny. People make fun of me because I golf barefoot, and people just always just go, "Dude, wear your shoes." I'm like, I don't wear shoes, and they're like, "How do you golf without shoes?" I'm like, it's way better. First of all, my balance is better. I can dig my toes into the grass, and I'm like, when's the last time you walked on grass
mhm.
barefoot? Like,
Yeah.
never. Most people couldn't even remember the last time they took off their shoes and walked on grass and got earth, just felt the earth, how important that is. And to be
Gosh.
able to spend 4 or 5 hours walking around on grass barefoot is like a dream. I love it. I'll never wear shoes on the golf course ever.
Well, and that's also you're actually grounding yourself.
Mhm.
Huge, Huge. I love it. Yes. Good for you. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, you have a beach, so you can go to the beach. I mean, I do see some people wear shoes at the beach, and I just, I don't know what's wrong with them. But even when you just can walk on the sand and get your toes, I mean, you could feel it. Like people who have not walked on the beach for a long time, they'll get cramps in their feet. I mean, their feet are so used to not actually moving,
Generated.
right? So they just and our whole body, it's just like. I went through a cancer episode and I was really fit and healthy before I got the cancer. So it was just a weird fluky throat cancer. It was a HPV. It was a virus. It was a different type of cancer. But it was amazing how fast I atrophied. I
Yeah.
was 60, I think. But I was in really good shape. And I was just shocked at
Good
how
for you,
quickly,
though.
right? So as we get older, people need to realize that they need to contact Angela, because they need, you can't stop and start, right? You really need to keep a nice, steady, progressive fitness regime.
Consistency is key. Absolutely. Yeah. And for example, if you get sick and you're in bed for 7 days, you actually lose 5 pounds of muscle. Huge.
5 pounds in 7 days?
Yeah.
Ow. Yeah.
But
Well,
how?
I felt it. I was shocked at how fast I atrophied because, like I said, I was in really good shape and I was just like, wow, it just really went away quickly. And I'm still in the process of getting back into shape from
Yeah.
that time frame. Now you're in a are you in a I mean Florida's got a lot of retirees, right? I mean is the majority are you the majority of your clients seniors?
No, actually, it's
No.
interesting. This is so it's funny, but it changes all the time. But I have 50% retirees, 50% workforce, most of the time entrepreneurial people who have their own businesses and they are high achievers. I do have teenagers who get ready for something. I train them as well. And right now, it's interesting too. The people I train in person are right now more men than women, which is unusual, but it is what it is. So right now, I train more men in person.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was just going to ask you that because it seemed like you focused on more on women, but that's not the case, huh?
no, I this is the thing, like my online programs are for women, but obviously I do train right now more men in person. It's fun. And yeah, they want to build muscle and good for them. I'm all in. Like, yeah, if somebody wants to build muscle, they can call me.
I love it. And you know what's funny? I do think like I've always been more attracted to a either a real estate coach, life coach, physical trainer, a woman than a guy. And even massage therapists, whatever. I just have always been more tuned into a woman as a coach or a trainer
Mhm.
than as a man, and it's a weird dynamic. I'm glad that's changing because a lot of men don't want to take advice from a woman, especially working out, right? So that's great that that's changing because you've got such a great perspective on health. I mean, health is health regardless, right? And you know
Correct.
what you're doing, so why wouldn't you train men?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's actually funny because they are either, like I said, business owners or doctors.
It's
Yeah,
good to see doctors be in shape. I hate when I go to see a doctor and he's fat and he's like not in touch with nutrition. I mean, like, doc, you didn't even ask me what I eat. I mean, you didn't even ask me anything about nutrition. The only thing you asked me is, have you had your flu shot, your COVID shot, and your tetanus shot? Right? It's
yeah,
like, why don't you ask me what I had to eat?
yeah, yeah.
It's just crazy. So where do you see you work with a lot of people, you work with a great range of people, you're doing online stuff, you got a new program you're working on and stuff like that, which we'll get to real quick. But where do you see the health of the country heading? We have a new head of health and human services now. They're talking about getting rid of dyes. They're talking about getting rid of drug commercials off TV, which is completely stupid. I don't know what they're doing there. What do you think? You think we're going to head into a healthier era coming down the pipe?
Um, I wish it will be that way. And yeah, the first step, getting rid of food color, food dye would be absolutely great. And interestingly, I'm from Germany, so a lot of products which are like US company products have no color like dye in it in Germany, but the same product does in the United States. So it's absolutely possible. It's I don't know why they do it in the US. I bet it's about money, but it looks like, yeah. I mean, it would be wonderful if we get more healthy for sure.
It would be. Well, you're going to be a big part of that. So you've got this new online program that you're doing. Why don't you tell us about it, if you got a second, about what you're doing with your online programs?
So yeah, I have two different ones. One is basically a coaching program, one-on-one, but we see each other online, and you have your homework to do, and I will coach you, and we will have accountability calls, and I keep track of you, and yeah, it's fun. The other program is if you want to do it independently on your own time. It's a like self-explaining course about training and exercise and stress management, accountability, and sleep management. And it's an online course where you have videos you can watch however you like and what time you have, and you get through the course and you get everything delivered with food lists and workout programs, and you can play.
That's awesome. And is that kind of like a monthly fee where people pay every month and they get different stuff every month, or is it just a one time, here's all the stuff, make sure you're
Right. So the one-on-one is monthly, and the course where you can go on your own pace is like you purchase it and you can play.
That's awesome. You know, I'm a real estate broker by trade for 35 years. I just do this because I love meeting great people like you, but I've always had a coach. I mean, I've had, coaches from the very first when I started. I had a one-on-one coach. And the same
Okay.
type of thing, here, do your prospecting. What are you doing with your clients? What are you doing for whatever, and following up once a week with a call. And the people that started when I started aren't even in the business anymore, and I've been at it, 35 years. That training is so crucial, Angela, and and
Absolutely.
and I think not everyone can afford a one-on-one coach, but if you're going to spend any money on anything, it should be your health, right?
Yeah.
It just should. I mean, get rid of that big lease on your BMW. Get rid of that piece of crap. I know Germans, you guys make great cars. The Bavarian Motor Works is a great car. But honestly, get rid of that thing. Get yourself a used Honda and take that extra money and hire Angela as your coach, because what good is it if we're not around to enjoy it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're not able to enjoy it, if it stands in the garage and you cannot drive it, yeah. Terrible,
Exactly.
terrible. I
Well,
know. Hear you.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got to. So you've been really wonderful, and I appreciate all the time. But I lied initially because I said I only had one question, but I totally lied. Realtors lie. We're liars.
Okay.
Um, so I have two questions. I have one last question, if I may. Is that
Yes.
okay? So, if you were to leave us with a thought, uh, just something that means to you, something to you, a saying, a feeling, something that you do. If there's one last thought that was really special for Angela that you'd like all of us to know, what would that one thought be?
It's interesting because I was talking about time earlier, and it's actually never too late
Mhm.
to build muscle and get healthy. This is such a beautiful, wonderful thing. So if you haven't taken care of your health, it doesn't mean you're doomed. It's never too late to start, and you're able to turn it around.
I love that. So crucial. It's never, ever, ever too late. There's always time to start again, right? And especially with your health. I mean, the body is probably the most incredible thing ever created in the history of the universe. I mean, it's such a gift and it's such a miracle what this thing does, right? Where
Oh, I
this
agree.
this soul wrapped in skin. I don't. It's just bizarre what it does. So, well, thank you for that. You've been now. Where do people find you? Where do people find Angela Beyer? Where do we go to get you and get help?
Yeah, so my website is House of Shape, houseofshape.com, and on social media, I'm Health Coach Angela. One word.
Awesome. We got Health Coach Angela and House of Shape. You guys go get fit. It doesn't take too much to reach out to Angela and just pick her brain. She's got a great website. There's a lot of stuff on there that you could tie into. It has question and answer stuff. There's a lot of stuff on your website. I went through it. It's a great website. A lot of great stuff on there. A lot of great resources. So everybody, please reach out to Angela. And thank you so much, kiddo. I appreciate what you're doing. You look great. You're living the lifestyle. You're walking the walk and walking the talk or whatever that is. And you're awesome.
Right. I do. Thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful.
You're welcome, kiddo. All right, everybody. That was another episode of the What If You Could podcast with my healthy, fit, and fabulous friend, Angela Beyer. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, everybody. Thanks again for joining us on another episode of What If You Could podcast. Please subscribe, like, share, and give us any feedback. We'd love to hear it. And remember, if you can dream it, you can do it. See you next time.